Hey guys, Lucky Star Shi-Roku here, and welcome to another video. Now, in this video, I wanted to quickly address something that may or may not have been noticeable in my trailer for Hogwarts Legacy video compared to my other videos lately. This is something I've recently gone back on, and I thought I might as well I might as well address this just for any eagle-eyed viewers that notice something. Something was a little bit different from my usual videos or recent usual videos, since in the video where I first implemented it, I did make a bit of a big deal about it. So considering I've decided to go back on that option, on that decision, I think it's good that I talk at least a little bit about it. And what that decision is if you look at the background, if you look at the lighting of this video, you'll notice that I've gone back to my regular lighting, and that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. So a couple of videos ago, I did a video talking about a few changes that happened on the channel here and there. And in one of those changes was that lamp back there you can see. Now, for a while, for a few videos now, I have actually been using that lamp over there as my main recording lighting. However, there has been something recently that's made me think, oh, this might not be such a good idea, because I think in that video I did say that this is a much nicer lighting for recording it in, and that was my main reason for choosing it, which it is. It is a nice lighting for recording. For example, let me just give you a little example here real quick. So if I turn off the main light and then I put on the lamp here, as you can see, it does offer a nice lighting for recording, which is the main reason I picked it. But lately, something recently happened to me when I was just relaxing, watching anime, just enjoying myself in my downtime. Now, let me just quickly turn that off before what happens. Let me just quickly turn this off real quick before I go into that, because I don't want to risk falling asleep or whatever. But where was I? Oh, right. So yeah, I was just relaxing in my downtime, and okay. So before I explain the reason, I think a little bit of context might be important here. Also, might give you an idea of what my schedule, what my daily life is typically like behind the scenes. Okay, so I have a pretty busy schedule from day to day in general. Now, already I'm not a morning person. Typically, I usually get up round about after in the afternoon at the least, so like 12, but usually more like 1 or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock maybe if I've had a really bad day or whatever. But I don't get up super early. Like, I don't get up during the morning anyway, so I'm not a morning person. I usually get up during the afternoon at some point. And yeah, so that's a little bit of context to start out with, and there is more. So firstly, I don't get up during the morning. I get up during the afternoon, and with all that, my schedule is pretty busy as it is. Like, between me getting up in the afternoon and then everything else I do during the day, like between me getting up during the afternoon, my support hours, which is anywhere from like 12 to 8 or 6-ish, give or take, but usually 6 or 7 just because of my recording time. So between me getting up in the afternoon, my support hours from 12 till 6-ish, and then obviously my recording and editing hours roughly around about like 7 to 10, give or take. you know, it depends on how long it takes, but on average, that's roughly what my day-to-day schedule is like day-to-day. So you might have noticed that between all of that, between me getting up during the afternoon, my support hours, and the recording and editing I do, you might have noticed that I don't really get a lot of time to myself, like on my own, where just to relax. Like between all that time, I don't really have much time to relax on my own, and that's where this bit of context really kicks in. The only time I really have to myself to relax, where I'm truly alone to enjoy any kind of downtime, is past midnight. Let that sink in. So between all of that, between me getting up in the afternoon, my support hours from 12 till 7-ish, and my recording from 7 to 10-ish, between the recording and editing and uploading all that. Between all of that, the only time I get to relax or just enjoy myself where I'm truly alone, for the most part, day to day, like there are exceptions on certain days when I don't have support, but for the most part, the only time I really get to relax on my own, really, is past midnight, which that's the only time I get to relax where I'm truly alone to just, you know, enjoy some downtime or whatever. So yeah, the only downtime I get is past midnight. So that's an important bit of context before going into this. So yeah, with that bit of context there. So basically, this is one thing that I noticed recently. So basically, I've got two of these lamps, one for in here and one for my bedroom, which I both used quite a bit. Basically, I always thought like the big light was a bit too much, a bit too overbearing for the most part. So I just relied on the lamps, but I recently found out that might not have been the best decision. So, like I said, I was just, you know, one night I was just like relaxing on my own, just, you know, enjoying some snacks, watching some anime in my downtime. I think I was watching Fire Force season 3, I think, and I was just relaxing, snacking, just generally enjoying myself, watching a new season of Fire Force, and I was like starting to doze off. Like I was relaxing in my bed, but I was propped up. Like I had like a special neck pillow, like, so I was like in a seating position in my bed, so I was like sitting up, but I was still starting to get drowsy, and, you know, I was thinking, okay, this is weird. So, you know, I got up, took a quick walk around my room, around my flat, you know, got a glass of water to try and like, you know, just to try and wake myself up a little bit. And then after that, I got back with another episode of Fire Force, and I was dozing off again. And it made me think, okay, what's going on here? Something is clearly not right here. Because again, I was sat up, so I wasn't like, I know typically your body associates like lying down in bed with sleep, but I was propped up. Like I had a special, like I had a neck pillow propping me up, which is what I usually do when I'm reading manga or whatever. So I wasn't lying down, I was probably sitting up, just using my bed like an armchair pretty much, but I was still dozing off. So I did a bit of digging, you know, I asked my Google assistants and all that, you know, I looked over a few posts and stuff like that, just, you know, doing my own little bit of research here and there, and apparently the culprit of me falling asleep was because of the lamp, which, keep in mind, I have one in both my bedroom and my living room, which at that time I was using like all the time pretty much. So yeah, apparently that's the culprit. Apparently it's the bulb. It's like the particular kind of bulb that it uses, and the typical kind of bulbs that are used, like even in LED, the typical kind of bulbs used in typical like bedside table light lamps. Like it's basically, it creates a cozy atmosphere, which is ideally what you want in that kind of setting. Just, you know, a little relaxing bit, you know, so you can relax and chill. So it was a nice mood, like it was a nice mood lighting, and it was relaxing, a little cozy. The only thing was, it was a little bit too cozy for what I need, because of the coziness, because of the somewhat more dimmer light that they produce. Like, it was basically making my brain, like, sat in there for long periods of time. It was basically, I didn't realize it at the time, but it was making my brain produce melatonin, which is obviously the sleep hormone. And yeah, so basically the light, it's a nice lighting for recording and chilling, but at the same time it makes your brain produce melatonin, which obviously helps you sleep. And that's, you know, and when you're recording, when you're editing and stuff like that, you need to be awake, you need to be alert, you need to be focused. So while it may be a nice lighting for recording, long term, while I need to be recording and editing, not exactly great. So because of that, I decided to go back to my main light, because I was looking for a few things of what the best lighting system is for recording, and it was very, very difficult to find. You know, it's very, very specific. So I just basically asked, like, you know, so basically I did a bit of research, and in the end it just seems like if you can't find a specific light for recording, your best bet is just to stick with the room's main light. And that's basically what I've done. So so I don't use the lamps anymore. I use the main lights in both my bedroom and my recording room now, just because it made me think. It made me stop and think for a moment, thinking, wait, hang on a sec. If I'm starting to doze off like this while I'm watching anime or YouTube or just enjoying myself in my downtime, then I have the exact same kind of lamp in my recording room when I'm recording and editing. So if I'm falling asleep here while I was watching stuff, oh god, that could very much be happening while I'm recording. That's not exactly what you want when you need to be focused. So because of that, I have gone back to the main light. Like, yes, it sucks. Yes, it's not as nice as that, but at the same time, if it's putting me asleep, it's not exactly good. You know, not when you need to be alert and focused. So yeah, I've altered a bunch of things. I've went back to the main light. I've altered this in my recording setup, so I no longer instinctively go to turn that light on. I keep this light on at all times pretty much, just because it was apparently, like, it's not as bad as that first lamp I got, where it was a very, very dim white light, which was a lot harsher, and probably the melatonin production was a lot more, but it was still producing a fair bit. But you know, I think it's just better to rely on this main lighting. So while it sucks, I'm gonna have to go back to this main light, just because this is, you know, I can focus in this, I can stay awake in this, I can focus in this. So again, nice lighting for recording for the background, but it's not too great for, like, when you need to stay focused and awake. So again, this is just something I wanted to talk about real quick, just in case any of you eagle-eyed viewers noticed. Since again, I did make a pretty big deal in that video where I introduced this, like saying that this is my new lighting going forward, you know. So I figured, since I made such a big deal about it, I might as well address it here, you know. Because again, that's stuff I did not notice or think about at the time. Like, I thought, oh, this looks nice, this is a nice lighting for recording. But of course, when I was looking more at how it looked, I wasn't thinking about the long-term effects of sitting in here recording for long hours, you know. So I wasn't thinking about that. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to. That's just something I want to address real quick, just in case anyone noticed, as it is a little bit noticeable. But yeah, anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. So as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will, I don't know, I'm not sure what to do. Like, there is something else I want to address, but I don't know if I should address it in a video or a community tab or what, because it is relating to AI and AI generations. I mean, I'm using it somewhat sparingly, but I think it might be something that needs at least a little bit of dressing, so I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. So as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I will see all of you guys in the next video, which will hopefully be another episode of Hogwarts Legacy or Portal 2 or something. But either way, I will see you guys then. Until then, have a good day, you guys.